Greetings, Poke fans. Poke Relaxing back with today's video, and today we're going to do some price lookups as we try to answer the question, did Poke Relaxing get ripped off on a lot of cards purchased from eBay? So I've been, as my kids who are really getting into Pokemon along with me, want to open more and more sealed products that, comes at quite a cost. I start thinking about ways to acquire cards that they would like for a better price point than getting them all through opening sealed products. So my younger daughter likes Pikachu. My older daughter likes Mimikyu and Umbreon and one or two others, but those are the two that I mainly look for. So I've actually been buying some stuff off of TCG Player, and maybe one day I'll do a video about that. I think the first time I ever bought from TCG Player was like just a few days ago. I've bought some kind of lower dollar stuff through that, and I also bought a pretty high-end Charizard that is sort of a crazy thing to do through TCG Player, because they don't often show you images of things, and you're just kind of going by the the condition that they set in the listing. So I'm going to do a video on that when it arrives, but for the time being, the lot we have here was a group of cards that I bought off eBay, which doesn't seem to have too many enticing deals that I found anyways, for particular Pokemon characters that you're seeking. But this one was a Pikachu lot, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cards for $30.50. Gosh, I can't remember if that was shipped or not, but we'll assume it was, and therefore I paid about $2 a card. I think a lot of these are from the Celebration set, like a lot of these balloon flying ones I think are from Celebrations, and they may be promos from Celebrations. At least I think one of them is in the set itself. And then a lot of these are just base kind of non-holo cards. So what I wanted to do was see what the total TCG Player value of these cards is compared to the price that I paid for the lot. And you'll see that I got these all, and these look to be actually Surging Sparks, and then one Paldea Evolved sleeve. Actually 3 Paldea Evolved sleeves. Those are the sleeves that come typically in Elite Trainer boxes, and they kind of suck because they're too small. And when I got these cards, they were kind of like this one, basically trying to escape the sleeve, and they were not super well protected. They were okay, but I would have definitely been a little more bothered if these were valuable cards. So a few things I want to do here, and share with you all. So one is I want to look at the condition of these things, because if you buy in a lot, you're basically looking at a picture that's pretty hard to tell condition of any particular card, because it's probably all a group picture. So I wanted to see what kind of condition these things arrive in, and this is sort of a precursor to a video I'm probably going to do in the next, 2 or 3 days, where I look at a bunch of cards with the prospect of grading. And because I have a bunch of cards that I've pulled from packs over the past 6 months, and I think a lot of those cards could grade quite well. I have quite a lot of experience grading sports cards, and grading Pokemon cards is a little bit different. I actually think it's a little bit easier in a lot of respects, but the things that you look for are sometimes a bit different. So I'm looking at this card, and you can see kind of where that light trails, or where the reflection trails, there's a little mark there. So there are some scuff marks on this card. The back edges look fine. I think this is an older card. Yeah, this is from 2016. I don't know what that little icon means. That's the set icon right there, I believe. But from 2016, it's kind of, I think, like an XY era card. I feel like this might be XY base set, if I'm not wrong. But and then there's a little, if you can see, I'm going to try to show you with like the, you can sort of see, surface issues with the reflection from the overhead light there, and you can see right there to the right of the reflection there's a little indentation. So definitely some surface issues on this one, and not something I would ever consider grading. Although honestly, this card, which is just a base Pikachu, is probably not something that would be worth grading anyways. But it is cool to have these older set cards. In terms of centering, this one is a little bit off center, left to right. You can see the border there versus the border here is a little thicker on this side. So let's see if we can find this. This is going to be the biggest challenge because these base cards are going to be tough. But so there's the set, or the number of the card is 350108, and typically you can find things on TCG Player, searching for the card number. There's not going to be that many that match, but this one's not coming up. This is a holo, which this card is not. It actually is the same image. It might be from the same set, but it has the same numbering, and it actually, if you look, it has the right set there, but this says deck exclusive, so it's, I don't know, it came in some kind of deck product. I want to search for 035 now, let's see if that comes up. Yeah. I wish it would have indicated like what era it was from. And then, yeah, I don't really know what else to search for. And again, maybe this card is just so worthless that it doesn't, I don't know, I feel like every card, no matter how worthless, should be in this thing. There's so many Pikachus, though. I don't know if I could ever find it just by looking through here. I'm looking for the card number. So, and I think this is going to be a challenge for a lot of these because a lot of these are just base Pikachus. So holos are going to be a lot easier to find. And I don't know why I think their search actually is kind of crappy. Although you want a really crappy search, wait until you look up cards at PSA, like trying to find the card in their database. I mean, oh my god, what a disaster that search is. Really no rhyme or reason to their, I mean, they really just need a new engine behind their search algorithm. But yeah, I don't know, I'm not seeing this card. I kind of want to search, just like do like a do a Google search and see. Yeah, so like this is the card, I think. Yeah, so 35 out of 108, and so it's funny because the link is right to TCG Player. So Google, obviously, as you might suspect, has much better search algorithms than TCG Player. I kind of wonder, it's funny. I used to do some web development back 100 years ago, and I've toyed around with like libraries or, basically software for doing search from a database. And I know, back then there was like a few obvious options from, places like Apache. If you don't know anything about software development, you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you have any idea about software development, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I feel like what happens is these like large sites they use like a search library from when they got started, like back in who knows when, 2002, and they've never updated it because it works a fair bit, like for obvious search cases, but it just starts to suck compared to what you see on most other well-developed sites. And I don't know, you start to get inkling when you try to search for something like this should certainly come up. But in any event, this is the card. Its value, and it's from Evolutions, which is actually a pretty cool set from XY, is 20 cents. So let's see. Let's see, moderate played. I want to see. A lot of times these older cards will have data from kind of abused cards, although, man, these are holofoils. So, is this like a listing just for holofoils? I don't think so. I don't think that's a holofoil, but still, yeah, so normal is 19 cents, reverse holofoil is 20 cents on this card. I'm not sure what these listings are. If we look at the, okay, so this is like a lightly played non-holofoil, 25 cents it sold for, just a couple, actually, today. Actually, a bunch of sales today, so this is a pretty active card. Would this card be near mint in its condition? Like, maybe. I think it could be. But I don't know. This card is probably worth a little bit more than 18 cents. It's maybe like a 30-cent card, I think. But maybe I'm being optimistic. So, anyways, we're going to put 30 cents. Do I even want to put labels on these? Probably not. I'm going to just keep a list. It is kind of cool to have a card from Evolutions, so I'm going to put 30 cents on that one, and we'll move on to the next one. I kind of want to get like a little stand here. I can show, oops. Okay, so let's try this one. I kind of want to just search like Google and let it come up with, but we'll give TCG Player another chance to prove their search engine doesn't suck, which we already know it does. Alright, so this is what do we got here? Let's take a closer look here. Big camera. So this is 2017. Oh man, I don't know what that like set logo is. And there's no card. Oh, the card number is 40 of 147. So let's try to search for that. Bring you back over. Pikachu 40. I want to do one out of 147, see what happens. Yeah, nothing. You suck. Alright, so back to Google we go. Alright, so it looks to be Burning Shadows, which I believe is a Sun and Moon set. There it is on TCG Player. That says reverse holo, but this is not. Wow. And it's the link's not working. Now Google sucks, man. Everybody's sucking. All right, so okay, this has a normal price of 21 cents, a reverse holo of 50 cents. So I don't know. I'll just put 20 cents for that one. So go back to our 20 cents. So I think we're going to get smoked here. Although, I don't know, maybe some of these are worth like $3, $4. But, oh, actually, I wanted to put that one in a just regular sleeve and also check condition while we're here. So this one does seem to have some kind of indentations as well. and maybe a few kind of scuff marks right up there. So another kind of, not gem mint. Maybe it's near mint. Probably near mint. Because a mint card would have, maybe a minor defect or two, maybe a little tiny bit of white, touch of white. Now remember, a mint is a PSA 9. Near mint is a PSA 8. Near mint is PSA 7. So you can certainly get a 9 on a PSA 9 on a card with a couple of defects, or a couple of slight defects, we'll say. So I think these are probably near mint, or near mint. Now here is the first holofoil that we've got, and this one has definitely got some scuffs on it, so that's probably a near mint. Backs on all these are looking pretty solid, like not much whiting. Sometimes the sort of curvature of the card, like there's a little bit of a just sort of a raised edge from the cut that shows like it might be white when I kind of move it around in the light, but it really isn't whiting. It's just, it's the sort of very edge of the card is raised a little bit from the cutting process, but centering on that is nice. I don't see any whiting. What is this? 2022, so this is a very new card. So maybe this would be like lightly played since it's got a bunch of scuffing. So this is not going to go well. Pricing. And I'm just going to skip the TCG player search. Let's see. We've got 49 out of 195. There it is. Go to TCG player. Actually, that says 2018. So that's not the right set. I don't think, anyways. Let's see. Silver Tempest? Maybe? Yeah, this is the card. Okay, so reverse hollow, 43 cents. Let's maybe see those prices. So near mint is what we've got. Those are plains. Lightly played hollow foil, 25 cents, probably pretty close to the mark. All right, so I'm going to put 25 cents on this card. And basically what we're seeing is, all the base cards are about 20 to 30 cents. So not helping too much considering we paid $2 on average for each. By the way, I did not do any of this diligence before I purchased because partly is I kind of wanted a surprise, which we're getting. Unfortunately, it's not the right kind of surprise. But also just because, I don't know, I maybe I subconsciously thought this would be a good video to do, to look these up kind of, as I went. So, it may be the total value of these cards is $5, but I think with, some of the hollows, we should be able to catch up. Now, this is a cool looking card. It's got a very prominent texture. I think this is, I think from Celebrations. I feel like, I know I've seen this card. So this is the one that says, blanks Pikachu. So I forget what the name of this card is, but, sometimes you see trainers that the name of the trainer, their Pikachu is what it says. This is blanks, so you can like fill your name in with a Sharpie if you're a degenerate. But I believe this card is going to have some value. Now, interestingly, the back on this thing is very non-glossy. It's very matte, which is kind of helpful because glossy backs, have a much more likely tendency to scratch. So the texture also helps because I feel like they're a little more sturdy when they're textured cards, which, most, Vmax and like holofoil type cards are. So this card seems very clean to me, which I'm excited about, because if it's, if it's maybe a $5 card raw, then it's, definitely potential for grading. Yeah, it could be a 50-cent card, I don't know, but I feel like this one, if it's basically the, the main holo from Celebrations for Pikachu, I think it should have some value. And again, because I've seen this card before, it makes me think it's got some value. So let's see. Oh, it is a promo. It says promo, so it's not, the card that you would pull from Celebrations. Now, how do I want to search this? Let's bring you back over. Pikachu promo. Okay. So it's not this one. I can't imagine. This one has no numbering. The one that I have. So it's definitely not this one. I can tell just because of the price. Nobody's putting a $100 card in a box. It's kind of like a reprint of that one. Although I kind of want to see how they named that one, because I can search for that term. Then maybe the other ones will come up. All right, sure enough. All right, so there it is, Celebrations. Now, why don't they have a number on this? It does say number 25 there, like right there. Oh no, 24. There's the number 24. Okay, so this is a decent card. You can see this is a holofoil. The raw price on this. So everything's holofoil because there's not a base version of this card. So again, pretty nice price. So $7, for near mints, which certainly this is near mint. And I think near mint's the highest, grade you can give something on TCG Player, where you're self sort of rating it. All right, so this is definitely a win. So we paid $2 on average. This card, I'm gonna actually grab a card saver. Because I am going to put this one in the grading pile. And I want to show you kind of a little bit. We'll do more of this. Now, I might have missed something on there, but it looks pretty clean to me. So I think that could definitely be a win. So again, $8, ungraded. And then what I want to do real quick is just see what, like, if I can find it. So I would search for like a PSA 9, because here's the thing, it costs $15 to grade this thing. It's worth $8 right now. So there's the card. Actually, you know what was interesting? Okay, I kind of want to go back, because I was just remembering this thing showed up as a promo, or it is a promo. And this one, oh, this does say promo, so it is the right card I'm looking for. Okay. So this is the card selling for $21.99. But of course you got to look at sold and see what comes up. So so there's the card selling as a 9 from the UK, but these are dollar, this is the dollar equivalent. It was probably paid it for, pounds, but this is what the conversion would be. So it's, $44 card. I'm going to ignore shipping, because nobody paid $21 to get it shipped. Like, somebody bought it in the UK, they probably paid $4 to get it shipped in the UK. So we sort of ignore that when looking at international pricing. But $44, is a relevant comp for the card. Really don't see much else. Oh, okay, so there's a 9 that sold just a few days ago for $15, and then a 22 $2, well, we'll call it 27 because of the shipping. This one's maybe a $20 shipping with shipping. So, you know, I think it would be worth the risk to grade a card like this. If it's worth $20 as a PSA 9. Now you're probably going to get a PSA 9, I think is the logic you have to go in with. And if you do, you paid $15 to grade it, maybe $13 if you get a special. And you're making $5 on the thing, although, if you sell it on eBay, you're paying fees there too, so you probably wouldn't have a hard time coming out ahead at a PSA 9. But if it gets a PSA 10, it's probably worth like $60 or something. So that's the hope. So if it's a 50-50 shot and you do the sort of EV analysis, I think you might come out ahead on that one. Ideally, you'd like to grade a card that's like $10 or more raw, but that one's close, and it looks so dang good to me that I have to feel like the chance of doing well is good. Now this one I can see, take you back to, this one I can see at the top has a little bit, you see right here, has a little bit of scratchy scratch, so I don't think I would grade that one. Centering does look really nice. I have no idea if this is a card worth anything, but I'm going to find that out. Look at the back. Funny, so I'm a little bit concerned these backs are like so matte finish. Like, I'm not sure I've seen that before, and this is not a promo. But I don't know if I've ever heard of like fakes that have non-glossy backs. Maybe they are though. Maybe there are. I mean, it looks definitely very nice on the front. So this is Celebrations. It's got that Celebrations logo. I think it's just one of the base cards, or one of the base hollows that comes in the set. So I'm going to put this on a stand. Oops. But again, that's not something I would grade because of those scratches, but I do think it could get a PSA 9. Actually, now that I see another scratch there. So, if this were something where a PSA 9 were worth like $20, $30, I would maybe do it. But I don't think that's going to be, I think this is going to be a $2 card. All right, off we go to there you go. No problem searching with Google. Thanks for nothing, TCG player. All right, so hollow rare. Yep, that's the one. So 5 out of 25. Not bad. 50-cent card instead of a 25-cent card, but it's a hollow. So let's check that. So yeah, near mint foil, which I think is roughly what we got here. Sold for 50 cents. LP sold for 53 cents. So all right, so it's a little better. I mean, it's a hollow foil, so I'd expect better than 25 cents. But we're gonna put this. Oh, forgot to put the blanks Pikachu. I'm gonna put that one at 8. Try to give you my thing here in the. Oh, it's not coming through. All right, so there's the $8 one, and then the what are we calling this? Celebrations hollow is 50 cents. All right, so we're getting there slowly but surely. Now I think we got a bunch of the kind of like not terribly valuable Vmaxes and stuff from the. So I think these are from the Celebration set. But let's find out. First we're going to look at the condition here. This one looks pretty clean. I don't see any scratches. Centering is not ideal, left to right, but within range. The back centering is awful. But the back looks really quite clean. Maybe I see a little bit of a scuff right there. But nothing, no whiting or anything. This is kind of turning into a grading video, isn't it? But maybe I'll try to move a little quickly because this is taking longer than I'd expected. But overall, pretty clean card here. But not well centered. So I would think a PSA 9 would be the goal on this one. So luckily this has a nice distinguishing name. I'll bring you over to the search screen here real quick. All right, so should be easy to find. There she be. Surfing Pikachu. Ooh, it's on the way up, kids. Look at that, 80 cents. Hovering, 80 cents. Now it's up to $1. We are cooking with gas now, although I see some selling for 90 cents. But anyways, we'll call this $1. Surfing Pikachu. Every dollar helps. $1. Boom. Okay. So we'll throw that in the non-grade pile. And, you know, $1, you never grade something that does $1 raw. This maybe has a little more value. Kind of hope it's not in great condition, because anything I grade is probably not going to end up with my daughter, because she just doesn't have a great way to store graded cards. We're working on, getting her to put her good cards into top loaders, and then I got her a top loader binder so that they can have some chance of surviving childhood, her childhood, of course. So this one centered okay. I would say it's got a chance at gemming. Because it's textured. Those are actually on the card. I thought those were maybe like little dots of dust. Looks pretty solid front-wise. So there's nothing on the back. I would say, now I'm starting to think all the Celebrations cards have sort of a matte finish on the back, which I never really knew. I don't have any Celebrations cards that I've looked at anyways. So back looks very clean. Centering on the back looks very nice. If this one is, I don't know, $6 or higher, I'm going to go probably look at the graded. But I'm pleased that, the higher value cards, I think this will be a little higher. I don't think this is $1 card. I think this may be a $3 or $4 card. Which is probably going to maybe not be worth grading or considering grading. Yeah, so it's a $1.65 card. It's a cool card. My daughter would love this card. It's on the way up. I like to see these, kind of steadily rising graphs on singles, because I think that a strong singles market is important to a healthy overall, sort of market for Pokemon cards. And, you don't want to just see like nothing, then spike, which you kind of see in some of the unopened stuff. And that seemed to happen with Twilight Masquerade, but maybe it's a little more gradual than I imagine. In any event, this is a nice card. It's not going to ever be worth grading because, well, I don't know. As an experiment, I'm going to look at the PSA 10 value of this card, but I feel like it's not going to be much. So there's a Nearmint Hall Whistle for $3, and that $1.79 is the LP. This Nearmint sold for $1.14. So I don't know. I'm going to put $2 on this card. I feel pretty confident with that. So we did get the money's worth on average, again, with the average price. Surfing Pikachu Vmax PSA 10. See what that goes for. It'll probably be like $40, $30, $30, $40. Again, we're going to look at sold and see what we see here. So, again, $32. Again, I feel pretty confident this card has like maybe a 70% shot at gemming. So in that respect, maybe it's worth the risk. But, and the PSA 9 is about $20 shipped, so it's actually probably not any worse of a risk than that, Celebrations V-Star promo or Black Star promo. But I don't know. I'm feeling a little more cautious on this one. Maybe it's just because I want my daughter to have it. But I don't know. I'm gonna pull that one. Put that in the don't grade pile. All right. What do we got next here? So next we've got a similar kind of regular V card here. Looking at the surface, looks very clean. Centering is very nice. Back is really nice. No scuffs or anything. Centering on the back is very nice. So this card is yet another one that looks pretty dang crispy to me. If it were a nicer card, it would definitely be grading. And I'm actually really happy that, you know, coming in a lot as these cards did, that everything is looking really dang sharp. That's kind of what you want, because you could definitely see a lot having a bunch of beat up, mangled cards in it, which again wouldn't be like the end of the world for me, because I mostly got these for my daughter, who doesn't, you know. Okay, we are back. Apologies, my hard drive ran out of space and the recording stopped, and then my computer kind of got wonky, so I had to restart. So here we are with our Flying Pikachu V, which is in really pretty solid condition. Definitely gradable if it were a better card. So that's the one right there. It is 87 cents. Again, really nice upward trend on this thing. I'm going to call it $1. And you know what I might do though? I don't know. I kind of want to flag the ones that I felt like were in gradable condition, just for the future. So like if they go up in value, you know, I don't have to sort of fish through a bunch of cards for finding the ones that are going to grade well. But I don't know. Let's put that aside for now. Okay, here we go. Flying Pikachu Vmax. What was the other Vmax that we had? Surfing Pikachu Vmax. So that one was in nice condition as well. Let's get a closer look at this one. Again, texture design makes this thing, you know, very sturdy. Pretty nice. Left-right centering is nice. Top-to-bottom centering is a little touch off, but overall pretty nice. Let's check the back. Very clean once again. Well centered. No whiting anywhere. Very clean back. Again, this could definitely be a grading candidate for a better card. But I think this is probably going to be a $2 card. I love these cards. My daughter loves these cards. Oops, got a visitor. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and we are looking at the Flying Pikachu VMAX with a value of $1. Okay, again, that one's in nice condition. Alright, so we got a bunch of kind of what I assume are going to be low dollar ones, so I'm probably going to maybe assume these all have a pretty low value. 2019. That one seems like, I don't know what that design is, but it seems like Brilliant Stars. That one, I have no idea. Let's see what else we got here. This one is St. Paldean Fates, maybe? 2023 would, I think, be right. Oh, I forget which set that is. 2022. Sorry, that one, I don't know what that is. I've seen that though. So, none of these strike me as likely to be really worth anything. So I'm going to put these down at like 25 cents each. Alright, this is the only one that has the silver from the Scarlet and Violet era, silver border. 2019. Yeah, I'm not going to look any of these up because I just know they're not worth anything. So I'll put 25 cents each, assume they're all in good condition. I might actually just leave these in there. They're ETB sleeves, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 at 25 cents is $1.50. Show you guys my math here. Alright, so $1.50. And if we add all these up, I don't think we're going to get anywhere near $30, yeah. So, alright, so $1.50, $2.50, $3.50, $4.50, $5.50, $6.50, $7, $15 plus, we'll say $1 for all these. So $16 in value for $30, folks, and that is how you become wealthy. So, yeah, we definitely overpaid, but I got to tell you, if I opened $30 of packs looking for cool cards that my daughter would appreciate, or if I let her open $30 in packs, the odds of getting $15 back in cards, which she probably wouldn't even really like that much. Maybe they would have some value, but they wouldn't be Pikachus. You know, the odds of that happening very low. So in that sense, I would say I got a deal that's better than some of the alternatives for getting a bunch of Pikachus. But what I would have preferred to have happen is to get, you know, $30 in value for $30 in money. And, you know, these are the things that you learn as you collect. This would never happen in sports cards because I know the value of, you know, pretty much everything I'm looking at as soon as I see it. With Pokemon cards, definitely have to do some work to figure out what stuff is worth. I just realized one thing, which is that this is at least a reverse holo, so that's nice. So I know these cards are gonna, and I feel like one of these, it might be like this one. My daughter already has. I'm sure she'll be happy to get like kind of other ones from the Celebrations era or set, and that'll be cool too. So definitely got some cool cards. I do not regret really buying this. There weren't a whole lot of, you know, I've noticed there's not a whole lot of lots. Like if I want to look for a Charizard lot, I would maybe find like 4 or 5 of them on eBay, which considering there's, you know, hundreds of thousands of people selling cards there, you'd think that there'd be more, but there's really not. So I don't know, there's not a lot of people selling like an Umbreon lot, but you can put those together pretty well on TCG Player, which I'll show in a future video, kind of how I shop there to reduce costs to the extent possible. But this card's definitely a highlight. You know, really nice condition card from what I can see. Although actually, as I'm shining this, I see maybe something there on that, so that could be an issue. So yeah, that's not a 10 then. It's definitely a bummer, but I'll be sending this in with a bunch of other cards, so you know, maybe it hits, maybe it doesn't, but we got at least a chance of, you know, because that's a 10, then it definitely makes the whole lot worthwhile. And everything else was in fairly solid condition, which I'm happy about. So again, for those reasons, I definitely can't be, you know, too bothered with the price I paid for this lot. And you know, it might ultimately end up being a good value, but I won't know until something comes back from grading. So, all right, that's what we got for today, folks. Hope everybody's doing well, and look forward to the next video with you all. I'll probably be doing some more lots like this, and again, I got those cards coming from TCG Player where I sort of made my own lot, or lots, and I'll be sharing those with you as well. So, until then, stay relaxed, and see you next time. Bye.